Project DIVA Future Tone originally released on June 23, 2016 in Japan and January 10, 2017 in the US, is a digital PS4 exclusive part of the Project DIVA Arcade Future Tone series. This is the newest release in the Project DIVA series and a successor to the recently released Project DIVA X on PS4 and PS Vita. Despite that, there are a lot of differences in the way that both games execute themselves. Project DIVA Future Tone consists mainly of two parts, Future Sound and Colorful Tone. Future Sound brings in songs from previous Project DIVA games, even though one's not released in the States, and Colorful Tone brings in songs from the arcade and the Project Mirai series on the DS or in 3DS. The main game is free but only comes with two songs. Future Sound and Colorful Tone can be bought for $29.99 each, or both in a bundle for $53.99. There's also an unlock key for the models that costs $12.99. Future Tone is a very different game from past Project DIVA games. Other games had about 30 to 45-ish songs, consisted of some light dating sim attributes with some you can make custom charts with songs that you wanted. In essence, they were part rhythm game and part some other game in a way. Future Tone throws that out of the water. This game brings only rhythm elements with an astonishing 224 songs, with more to come in the form of DLC. The gameplay itself is more of the same and completely different at the same time. Familiar mechanics of previous games are either gone or have been reworked in some fashion. The most notable mechanic that is gone is the technical zones. The ones that have changed are hold notes, double notes, chance time, and star notes. Star notes have been replaced in favor of sliding notes. These are notes that are in the shape of yellow or orange arrows. You hit these by tilting the analog sticks or sliding in the corresponding direction on the touchpad. Chance time has been replaced with an alternative system of the same vein. Instead of having a whole section that fills up a meter, we have a single note on some songs that changes the PV of the song in some way. I've noticed that this really occurs only in the remasters. Double notes have been revamped and now include up to 4 notes in a single press. Lastly, hold notes have been reworked to be completely optional. You have the choice of holding it or just hitting the note. The more you hold a note, the more points it will give you. If you happen to hold the whole note long enough, it will give you a bonus. Here are some examples of each. As said before, Future Tone does have some remasters of old Project DIVA songs. These mostly stay true to the original charts, but change some things up a bit. Here are a few examples of each. Being apart from an arcade machine, you'd feel like there wasn't much forethought into bringing it over, but there actually is a lot of features that are awesome. There are macros that you can bind to each button. Here are the ones that I like using. The amount of stuff in the game is pretty impressive. There are a bunch of models for each Vocaloid, an impressive amount of songs, and the amount of settings that we can tinker with. Those things make this game totally worth the asking price. The rhythm game is truly what it is. A rhythm game. No extra frills, no extra minigames, and no unnecessary things. This is what Project DIVA X should have been. I personally would give this game a 9.5 out of 10. There are only a few shortcomings that make this a 9.5, not a full 10. One of them being not having a physical release. In my opinion, I really like having the physical discs or like even just the physical cases of the games. And the other thing is that the difficulty jump that comes from moving from hard to extreme is insane. And to top that off, there's also an extra extreme mode, and that's just like, I don't even have footage of that. But to show difficulty spike, here are some examples. Besides those nitpicky things, this is an amazing game and it will be my main part of DIVA game from now on. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts about the game. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.